Hey everyone, I hope you're well. So Respawn just dropped a brand new stories from the Outlands trailer or cinematic short that shows the origin story of Krypto. This is big news. I wanted to explain exactly what happened, go over all of the missed details and give a clearer picture of who Krypto is, who the people in the trailer are, and what's exactly happening, and more importantly, how it all ties into Apex Legends. There's a lot of details thrown into this video and it really paints a strong picture of the universe that the Apex Legends game is based in. It also gives some sneak peeks of what Krypto's abilities will be and how they tie into his character, and also some details of his personality. If there's anything you don't really understand about the trailer, you will find out after watching this video. So this is Mila Alexander. As far as I can tell, this is part of Krypto's family, perhaps his sister. We don't really know for sure. Here we see Krypto designing his logo, so this is his origin story. He's still young here. This is before the current day. Should be noted, there's Korean everywhere. Krypto is Korean. This was pretty much guessed earlier on, but now it's very obvious for anyone that's curious about Krypto's origins. So it seems that Mila and Krypto at this point in time are big fans of the Apex games. So this is some kind of prediction algorithm. Perhaps Mila wants to use it to bet on a champion or something like that. That's the kind of feeling I get from it.
You can't be serious. These people will find us and kill us.
It's made very clear here that the Syndicate, the people who create the Apex games, are not nice, and if you mess with them, they will use violence and they will kill. So that's really interesting part of the lore of Apex, honestly.
This just isn't it. 영원한 가족?
Forever family.
There are a couple of things to notice here. One, first, that is the Nessie plushie in the background. That is thrown throughout Titanfall. I don't know why. There's a Nessie Easter egg in Apex already. You can go search it up on YouTube if you haven't seen it before. But what's more important here is the thing in the foreground. This is Krypto's puzzle cube. Now, at the moment, it doesn't really show anything about this, but it seems to be very near and dear to Krypto, and what we find out later in this cinematic short is this is actually the device that Krypto uses to access the drone camera. So this is a very important piece of Krypto's identity in a way, and it's basically, as I assume, a way to stop other people from getting access to Krypto's data. Not much here, but once again notice the poster in the top left. This is showing that Krypto is a fan of the Apex games, or he has some interest in it at least. So here is a story that is shown on the screen for a very short period, but it gives some real important backstory to what's actually happening. So girl abducted, neighbors heard screams from apartment. This is Mira. I'll read it for you. Normally, the death of a typical girl wouldn't tragically be headline news, but Mila Alexander was far from your typical girl. She had built up a reputation in some circles as an expert hacker and has 3 pending charges against her for fraudulent online activity. Her latest activity breaking into the highly firewalled network of the mercenary syndicate itself. Eyewitnesses describe blood-curdling screams in the middle of the night, and one particular witness who says he saw a man of Asian origins leaving the scene of the crime. Syndicate mercenaries landed in town first thing the next morning, and the hunt for their prime suspect began. So, we're assuming a man of Asian origins is Krypto, not 100% sure, but it seems likely. So it's still some mystery here, but we're starting to figure out what's actually happening. It should be noted that before this, I made the assumption that perhaps Krypto and Mira are relatives. We don't know the full story here. I feel like Mila is of different origin and ethnicity to Krypto, but there is some kind of relation here. It seems like they treat each other like brother and sister either way. This next news story is basically the same text, but the title is different and it seems a little confusing here. I think what's happening is the Syndicate is trying to frame Krypto for killing Mila, which it seems actually what happened is the Syndicate killed Mila and now they want an excuse to go after Krypto as well, and they're trying to keep their name clean. So this bit's important. Mila went behind Krypto's back and downloaded the file. Whatever reason for, she decided it was so important for her to do it, even though Krypto said that she shouldn't, and the Syndicate found out who did it, and that's why they killed her. Krypto obviously has proof on his computer of something he's hacked from the Syndicate. They're right at his door and he's trying to delete the data. So we don't know who this is, but it seems Mila, Krypto and her are related in some way. This looks like their mother figure. This literally says Mozambique is trash. A nice little throwback to before season 2. If it isn't obvious what this is an EMP device that Krypto has made, and well, here's proof of it. This is a very big part of Krypto's kit, and we'll learn more about that on October 1st when Krypto is released. Take note of these drones. Now, this doesn't really make sense. There's a bit of confusion about how does Krypto end up becoming a legend in the arena if the Syndicate are after him. It doesn't really make sense, right? So there may be some kind of evolving feature in the game that has some kind of element that explains this. So we may end up seeing drones like this in the game that try and hunt down Krypto. I'm not sure. That's just a crazy guess. Small note here, this is Bangalore and her banner. This kind of showcases just how crazy of like a pop sensation the Apex games are. It's so deeply rooted in their culture. I talked about this before. It's a really big thing. This drone will also play a very big part in Krypto's kit. This is going to be the surveillance ability that kind of gives Krypto an aerial view of the battlefield and can help them to scan them. So we're pretty sure Krypto will be a tracker legend. Now obviously everything in this video is very stylized, but this may give us some kind of clue as to what the drone vision will be. It seems like Krypto will open his puzzle cube and then get a camera that he will look down to see the drone remotely. So Krypto may be very vulnerable whilst he's using this. He may literally have to stay still somewhere. So that's really interesting to think about in terms of like how he's balanced. I want to put more emphasis into this puzzle cube because it really shows his kind of level of ingenious. He is a great hacker, but to protect himself from being hacked himself, he puts this device inside a puzzle cube, which means only he knows how to unlock it, which is really cool. I really like that feature. I think it's a brilliant design for his character. So two things here, it's made clear again that Krypto is basically made an outlaw. He obviously didn't kill Mila, the Syndicate did, but they're trying to make him as the bad guy. He's been put into the shadows. We don't really know what happens as he is kind of developed into the version we see now. By the way, he has a ton of cybernetic implants. It's really cool. Krypto is such an awesome character. I can't wait to see what kind of skins he has, honestly. Once again, just like with the Voidwalker story, there's a big jump in then till now. But this really paints a solid picture of who Krypto is and his origin, and also some very interesting details about the origins of the Syndicate, who have proven to be a very dark, ruthless organization. Okay, so Krypto is very vengeful. He wants to set out to kind of get the truth out there and show people why the Syndicate is so bad and why the Apex games is run by these corrupt people. How that will evolve, I really don't know. Like, I'm so curious how Krypto will become a part of the Apex games, or at least a playable character within Apex. It seems like there's some kind of thing here that we don't quite understand. Will he just be literally thrown in on day one of season 1 as a playable character? Kind of seems like there's a bit of a discrepancy here in the lore, and I cannot wait to see what is around the corner. I feel like Respawn knows what they're doing. They've pretty much planned the origins of each character all the way up till now, so I don't think there's any details that they've missed. There's just details that they haven't shared with us, so I'm super hyped. If you haven't yet seen it, make sure to check out my video on the new season 3 launch, which kind of goes over what they've covered. It will be dropping October 1, so Cannot wait to kind of delve into everything. What are your thoughts on Krypto and his origin story? Do you get as hyped as me when watching this? I'm really curious. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio!